Hey folks, Doc C here. I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about getting ready for winter. A lot of times if we're not ready for winter, it can really be a hassle. And I thought it would be a good idea just to go over a few things. Things like emptying your water barrels, things like shutting off your taps that go outside so it doesn't freeze and ruin things internally. That's a serious thing. Also, checking your batteries, checking your antifreeze, make sure it's up. A number of things like, emergency things like having a blanket in your car, having maybe a first aid kit in your car, having things to be able to help you out in emergency. Mrs. Claus and I, Dixie and I, we were driving our old Journey, and it had 11 years on it, and we were very, very lucky that it died where it did. It was on a summer's day, and it was a block and a half away from a dealership, so we could go there. We kind of limped it in, and we bought a different vehicle. We had to, but that could have happened at 35 below, halfway between Edmonton and where we are. So I would just advise you, just make sure you keep your vehicle up, and if you have any things around the house that you need to be able to check on, make sure you do it. Also, be prepared. I would say, it's not too cold. Like on a warm day, it's not really warm, but it would actually be worth it to just shut everything off if you can. If you can turn the heat right down, tell the kids you're going to have if you have children, tell the kids that you're going to have a prep for an emergency. So the power's out. What do? Learn how to cook over your barbecue. If your barbecue has a little burner on it, be able to just do it at the spur of the moment. Just figure something out, because if you can do it now, it'll and you learn from it, you can be ready for an emergency. It's always good to be able to do a dry run. I know when I was a scout, when I was just little, 12 years old, the scoutmaster would say, okay, you have to be able to do your scouting. We're going to do it in the backyard. And I used to think, why do we do it in the backyard? Why don't we go out in the forest? Well, there was a big reason for that, and that is we'd always forget something. We'd say, oh yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and we'd set it all up, and oh yeah, I forgot this, I forgot that, I wasn't ready for this, I wasn't ready for that. So a dry run is a great way to learn what you forgot, what you need, what you have to remember, okay? Because there's a lot of things that can catch you unawares. So I would just say, if you can, just have a day where you say, okay, we're going to shut this off, and we're going to pretend that the power's out, that the heating's out, everything's out, and you have to be able to make a go of it. And instead of doing it when it's 35, 40 below for real, because I remember years ago, our power went out, and we have an open fireplace at our home, and I took a Dutch oven, and I remember putting meat in there, potatoes, carrots, and a bunch of other things. We put some water in it and put it on a bed of coals, and it cooked itself quite nicely. We were very lucky we didn't burn it, but it prepared. It was a form of preparedness. It helped us realize what we could and we couldn't do. And the more things that we do like that, the more prepared you're going to be. You have less fear. If you are prepared, you're not going to fear. And fear is a terrible thing. And I would just say, if you want to be in a situation where you don't fear something going wrong, then prepare for it. Do a dry run. Anyway, have a great day. Remember, Santa says, take care.